Okay, so this presentation is called Key Clever Got Talent, but it's like an overview of the awards program. And so I'm just gonna quickly go through all the awards because yeah, most of the awards you're probably not going to apply for, but that's okay. Okay. So contests and awards. Did all of you know that anyone can apply for contests and awards, not just your officers? Well then. Yes, any person, like any Key Club member can like apply for a contest, they can nominate someone for a contest, or they can nominate their club for a contest. So just be aware of that. Also know that, you know, when should you start preparing? You shouldn't start preparing like the week before it's due. This like applies to life, you know, procrastination and everything. Don't procrastinate. Okay, well, try not to procrastinate. Set a goal not to procrastinate, and then don't procrastinate by this much, and then you will achieve that goal. And also just remember to remain organized when you're going through this entire process, because it's really hard if, you know, you're trying to put together a scrapbook and, like, say for example, that you don't have pictures because you weren't organized. Yeah, that's like a bad scrapbook. And finally, you know, when you apply for like any type of contest and award, you shouldn't apply just so that you can receive like a medal or a plaque or a certificate. Like applying for a contest is a reflection, especially in Key Club, because everything has to do with reflection. You know what I mean, Jelly? Your hand is in the projector. Anyway, and so, you know, whenever you apply for a contest, just remember that it is a reflection. You know, a scrapbook isn't just a book of pictures. It's a book of picture. It's a book of reflection with pictures. Okay, I'm just gonna go over the different contests. So, Advisor of the Year, it's essentially a contest for your advisors. Like if you believe your advisor has really helped you throughout the year, mentored your progress, and has helped for your club to be successful, then you really should nominate him or her for the Advisor of the Year award. And so it can be like a faculty advisor or like an advisor from the Kiwanis. If you understand, put your thumbs up. Okay, club attire. Once again, self-explanatory. Catherine, stand up. Not you, Catherine.
Oh. Sorry.
And so the club attire award essentially is like submitting a design of like of a club t-shirt or a jacket, a hat, or an apron. So like, see how snazzy Ilani's one is? They could like submit it for Club Attire Award because, you know, it really promotes Key Club with the brightness and how everyone's so spirited and whatnot. Club of the Year is essentially like, you know, everyone should apply for this award because it's just like a reflection of your club as a whole and what you've done. Member of the Year is specifically for like one member in your club who has gone above and beyond. And when I say member, it's like, it's just everyone except for the officers, like president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, like that. So anyone can be a member. And like the Club of the Year counterpart, you know, like the ballot is most improved club because, you know, Club of the Year is a club that has been consistently excellent throughout. Stop talking. Consistently excellent throughout, like, you know, its existence. Whereas most improved clubs, maybe they've had some challenges, and so, you know, this past year they did really well in getting new members and doing more service. Okay, did you all get that? Okay. So like automatic entry, you know, these are not, it's pretty self-explanatory. All these are self-explanatory. Automatic entry just means that you don't have to do anything for it. As long as your officers submit the reports and whatnot, then all you're applicable for any of these awards. So like AIM, Distinguished Club, District Project, TREE, Focus, Kiwanis, Membership Retention, Merit, Website. Everyone understands that. Okay, this Jack Luther Hall of Fame, does anyone remember who got it?
Mrs. Navarro.
Yeah, okay, it's Navarro from Kuwait. And so how you get Jack Luther Hall of Fame is you have to first apply for the Advisor of the Year award. And then there's one person from each division, you know, like our division, that receives it, and then they go on to compete for this Jack Luther Hall of Fame award. I'm gonna skip the Marvin J. Christensen Award because it's really for like region advisors. The Newsletter Award, how many of your clubs have newsletters? 10.5, improve on that. But the Newsletter Award is essentially about, like, if your club puts together, I think, 6 newsletters throughout the entire year, like as a minimum, then you can submit it. And when you look on these guidelines for newsletters, there's like certain topics you have to cover, like, you know, the district project or international projects, stuff like that. Officer workshops. How many of you are officers or like president, vice president, secretary, treasurer? Okay. There are applications for these 4 positions, and there are actually 3 levels of recognition that you can earn on for like the district, not like within our division, for the district. And so the first level is called appreciation. Second level is called outstanding, and the third one is called distinguished. So you can kind of see the change in it. Appreciation is a lot easier to receive because it means that you may not have completed all of your responsibilities, but you've tried your hardest to do what you can. Whereas distinguished is like you've gone above and beyond to do everything for your club and you've been successful. I'm gonna skip these ones because Sandy Ninninger is like, it's a really hard one to get. I mean, like, there are people that can qualify for it, but it's like only one person in the entire district. And the talent is only if you're going to district convention. You can actually like club poster. So like, just like the club attire thing, putting together a club poster that just reflects what Key Club is all about. Like you have someone helping at like a project, whether it's like literacy or being the hungry or any type of project, that could be a club poster. And same goes with club video. You know, it's all these different types of ways we demonstrate Key Club and the Key projects. Okay, now like the big business. Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer.
You want me to just get for you?
Okay, this Major Emphasis Award, okay, it's like probably the most prestigious award that any club can ever receive, just because, you know, it's actually a service award. It's not, I mean, it's good to get officer awards, but, you know, we're in Key Club because we like to do service. So the Major Emphasis Award is for a club that has conducted a project that has to do with children. It could be like anything having to do with children. It could be literacy or school supplies drive, you know, different projects having to do with children. And as long as you're able to show the work that you completed for this project, you just have to put together a portfolio and submit it, and then you're applicable for this award. And the other major service award is single service. And single service is any service project, you know. Major emphasis is limiting to just children, but single service can be anything. There's various focuses. See, like a food drive? Yeah, food drive. Okay. Oh my gosh, he's taking it. Okay, what we're gonna do now is everyone's gonna take one major emphasis and one single service.
You want to just pass it out?
Yeah,
One per club or one per person?
One per club.
Oh.
And the final award is called Year in Review, and that's just really like a more complicated way of saying scrapbook. So there are 3 types of scrapbooks. There's traditional, which are, you know, like the binded like books actually with like pictures, reflections, and images. There's non-traditional, and non-traditional is like any other form of a scrapbook. Like it can be like a sculpture, or like, I know Kauai did t-shirts last year, and Kaiser did this like tree thing. Yeah, palm tree. And like there's digital also, which is like, you know, putting together some type of slideshow.
Oh wait, do you have markets? Oh, this one. Oh, I lied. Oh.
Keegan,
Keegan.
you do realize that it's MEP single service, MEP single service, MEP single service.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, they're already.
They're collated, sorry.
Okay, who has both of one?
Who needs what?
Well, that too.
Does everybody have one of each?
Dude, Dyson. I know.
What do you need? Kibble.
Oh, dude. That's great.
Okay. So this is like, you know, this is the part where you should all kind of like actually write this stuff down. It's like the really important part of contest and award. So there are like 3 levels of contest and awards, you know, because you know there's different levels of Key Club. So right now we're at a region training conference. So there's your club, then there's division, region, district, international. Okay? And so the 3 levels of contest are division, district, and international. So division contest. How should we go about doing this? I guess you guys can just like listen and write. So they just have to be put together in a PDF, which means that it's not like physical, it's electronic. So electronic, they're submitted to Kelly, and they're judged. It's going to be judged on Oahu, probably at IAL High School Library, just like last year. So electronic, Kelly, IAL High School. And I have to find out the deadline. I'll find it out before the end of this workshop. But yes.
What's the deadline in January?
It's going to be early January. Yeah.
Keegan, January 11th.
January 11th. January 11th. Okay. Oh, sorry. Did everyone get that? It was electronic, Kelly, January 11th. Okay, district. Once again, it's electronic. Then you submit it to this email, which is called a contest. It's like a contest submission area. And this one is February 8th. Okay, so electronic, this email, February 8th. That's all you really have. Sounds like rain or spring. Did everyone get it? Okay, international is binder. So it's not electronic. It's a binder format. Submit to me. And because it's like a binder format, you have to submit it to an address. So like, yeah, you have to submit via here. And it's the same date, February 8th, But because it's like, you know, you send it through mail, it has to be received by the 8th, which means you should probably send it like the 4th would be a safe date. So binder, address, received by February 8th.
Yes. Once I go see you.
Oh, so I just turned into
Wait, we like physically.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, sorry.
what is
What is that building?
It's like not gonna start.
Dude, all them on the wall.
Like, come on this side. I don't know. This is like,
This
yeah.
is where my father grew up.
Really? He's a very brave man.
Yeah, he's scary. Okay, does everyone get it?
Yep. Wait, what's the 6th one? You need to.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh wait, how we spell beyond? I was just
Because our district mascot.
Yeah,
So it's a pun, you know, punny.
I wasn't.
Okay, so right now, you know, I just want you guys to have like some type of commitment because in the past couple of years, we haven't been receiving very many contest submissions just because, I don't know, either people, both. Can you pass that again? Thank you. And so this is like a commitment form where you're gonna write down like
This is one
maybe
for
some awards that you are interested in. Like you might not necessarily apply for it, but because you're
Club or everything?
yeah, club. But because you're interested in it, you're considering applying for it.
Should put up the slide that says all the closing.
I have two. Wait, there was this one.
Okay, so this commitment form, it just says name of club, so club, like Maui or Barrington,
Or like it.
YLK. And it would be like, we commit to submitting an application binder or PDF portfolio for the following contests available on the different levels. So you could put like member of the year or advisor of the year, etc. And then you write like signed by members of the Waipahu Council Key Club and then you sign your name. So before we do this, maybe we should all share like a contest that we're interested in. We can go around the room. Starting with Stephanie. Which? Okay.
Can we just the tire
Yay, Club Tire Award, yay. Poopy. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you interested in? Positive. Huh? Oh no, like there's different awards. Advisor of the Year, Kay, Kaiser,
Major emphasis.
Major Emphasis. What?
Oh, this is Hilo? Okay, Hilo. I'm Hilo. I think we're gonna do things are nice. Like, what's that we're gonna concentrate on?
Concentrate on. Major Emphasis, Kay.
Got it.
Oh,
Sure.
wait, we're not gonna do it.
All of
Club
it.
Attire, President, Vice President.
All of it.
Major emphasis and what's the name of the t-shirt?
Club Attire, Major Emphasis, Kay. Club Attire, Major Emphasis.
You guys see this?
Single service, you're so loud, Brady Bunch, Key Club Bunch, whatever. Single service, Club Attire. Oh, sorry. Club Attire, single service. Most include club. Club Attire, scrapbook. Here's Stephanie. Most improved club. Distinguished officers. Most improved club. Okay, so you guys have a good variety at least. So, what? I'd say at least. Hearing me. So maybe, yeah, if you can write what you're applying, what you plan to apply for and why, that'd be great. You know, like why.
Oh, wait, our why is student like
No.
trying. No, we like putting ourselves out there, trying out to see how we can do it.
We'll pass.
Well, I mean, we are staying here all day. You know,
You never came to, you didn't come to any of my conferences.
I'm not an officer.
Must be an officer.
He's a little tall one actually.
He's a little tall. He's really tall, but he's really immature.
Oh, I'm the science?
Okay, does anyone want me to go specifically over like a
Alright, there you go.
context like you are interested in? More so?
No, I think this
One of my students sure was.
Pinky. Okay, what's this? Distinguished.
Oh, the club.
Oh, for the diamond.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, wasn't expecting a question like this. For talk.
Huh. What is that? Oh, it's an external merger.
Yeah.
You should have told me you needed no room, more room. Look at Rochelle's room. Her room, she's empty. There's all those tables and chairs in there.
Hi, Mom.
Sorry. I think it's okay back here.
Okay. Essentially, in order to be Distinguished Club Diamond level, you might want to write this out. Distinguished Club Diamond level. What happens is, it all depends on your secretary. And it all just depends on like the amount of service and amount of effort that your members make to do service. And so, this is called a monthly report form, which is what your secretaries do, like have to submit in order to like show how much service you completed throughout the month, what activities you've done and whatnot. And so essentially in order to become a diamond level distinguished club, you have to earn I think like a minimum, it depends year by year just because like how well each club does. There's always a cutoff because Club International is just weird like that. And so a good range to aim for is like having an AAR score of 170 to 180 because that will most likely get you to be a diamond level distinguished club.
How is this like?
How it's scored is like what your club does.
Okay,
I make it
certain things
bigger.
with-
Okay, like this. So, like the number of meetings you have can actually affect it. If you don't have enough meetings with your members, then your score is going to be very high. And in addition to just having a meeting, having like programs with your meetings, so like having, organizations come and speak to your members, that's also will affect it. And attendance, like you can have a meeting, but if only 2 members show up, it's not really a meeting. And so, if your members are in attendance, then that will affect it. Just like submitting all the reports on time, and dues payment. If your club doesn't pay dues, then none of your key club members and then you wouldn't be able to apply for awards. So make sure you turn in your dues. So actually, like you all should like go talk to your officers or to your secretaries, your presidents, advisors about how you can like become Diamond Level Distinguished clubs, because that's really, it's really good to be Diamond Level Distinguished.
What's under that?
Distinguished. There's Diamond Level Distinguished, and then there's Distinguished, and then there's nothing.
And there's nothing above that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said we had to have a certain number of something. What was that?
AAR score of
Oh,
170.
AAR scores.
AR.
So like this whole sheet of different requirements, this is called the annual achievement report. So it's essentially like an annual report of what your club has done. And it calculates all these different requirements into a number. And so that number determines, like, it's like getting SAT scores back. It's like, you know, Diamond Level is Stanford and Distinguished is, no.
ACC.
No, like it's usually like
Another good
I-
school,
Oh.
but maybe not as adequate.
USC.
Like a regular, okay, yeah, UH Manoa is like distinguished. And Diamond is University of Portland. You know what I mean? You see this difference right here? And so like getting a 180 is like going to University of Portland, and below that, like, you know, Oregon State and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. Anyone else have questions on a specific one? Huh? What? Oh my gosh.
You said, oh my god, on the question. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. What? Oh my gosh, Jamie, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Ignore these other presidents who I don't have internet. That's why I opened all of these things at home.
And the back. Oh, you're gonna press one of those.
Okay, anyway. Okay, so this is like our district website. It's called the CNH Cyber Key. I didn't really know what Cyber Key is. I just know Okay. Anyway, it's called the CNH Key Club Cyber Key, and it's found at cnhkeyclub.org. So if you want to look for any contest, then you come to the recognition tab here. Because it's under member recognition. And then if you just go over it with your mouse, then it's like a drop down of everything, and then all the contents are here. So that's where it is. I can't really go to it, right? And that's not what this one is.
Oh no, not gold.
Oh, monthly recognition is like, you know, it's like
Different contests.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. Ready?
Oh, can we make you do it?
Fine, we're doing it later. Anyway, okay, I got any other questions?
Yeah, I know. I was just like,
Couldn't you guys
very distinctly. Distinct voice.
Okay, who's good? If you're not understanding something, can you sit down?
So if we do understand, we stand up.
And
I
sit
think
down.
other way
And sit down.
around.
If you don't understand, you can sit down.
Oh, we have the same.
Oh.
Don't worry about him. Well, sure.
Yeah, I
Just don't look at him. Yeah.
Wait, everyone understand? Ready?
You're gonna stack it on TV.
Okay, you can sit down. No, but then you're gonna feel like, you know.
So you make everyone stand up and you make the one person sit down?
Yeah, because if you make one person stand up, then they're not gonna stand up because they're gonna be like,
Yeah, so sitting down is so much better.
Eric, do not
Okay.
shadow me right now.
Do it later.
Do it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
SGA, dude.
Does anyone have any questions? I like questions.
No.
Really?
Really?
You're very thorough.
What does MR mean? Is that monthly
MR
report?
is member recognition.
Oh,
Member recognition. Anyone have questions? Come on, people.
Do you want questions?
Yes. No, I want like legitimate.
You just intimidated everyone to ask you a question because you just admire. Well, that's more towards me though.
What should we do? Oh my god.
Oh wait, can you like sign me so you picked up?
Part of our club. Part of our club that we did this workshop.
No, you don't have to sign it. I thought you had to write my name.
Yeah, because that's
Oh,
only
I
his
forgot.
signature.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.